Hey folks, it's man once again, and welcome back to another Jean-Claude Van Damme movie review with the classic, in my opinion, Lionheart, the real Street Fighter movie that Van Damme did. Because I reviewed Street Fighter, and I'm like, you know what? I forget who mentioned it, but they were right. This is more Street Fighter than that Street Fighter, than that 1994 piece of shit based on a good video game, Street Fighter 2. You can watch Sonny Chiba's Street Fighter, or you can watch Lionheart. And I know this went through a few titles overseas. A.W.O.L, Absence Without Leave. I know there's a few other titles, but that's the one that sticks out, A.W.O.L. But Lionheart, I love the title, Lionheart. I think that's the best. When the streets are a jungle, there can only be one king, Lionheart. Which gets a 6.1 IMDb, which I was surprised, and I'm glad. I mean, I would put it higher, but I'm glad it got a respectable, considering IMDb a respectable rating. But still no features. Was a good hit for Universal. Cost $5 or $6 million and made quite a few money. Probably made about 4 or 5 times his budget. I would say about 4 times his budget, I would guess. So, yeah, Van Damme's films were doing really well. They were made for low budget, and they made at least, seemed like the box office for most of them kept growing and growing. So you got the Time Cop, his biggest hit. Not including the Expendables 2 or something. But Lionheart, really love this film. I always remember the music. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 ba, down, 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 down. Da, da, down. Da, da, down. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry. But Wrong Bet, that was the other title. Wrong Bet was another title. And I know now what I was going to also say. I guess a nice guy named the Flying Ninja 1 who did a video about a Blu-ray that he got from overseas. So you need a region-free Blu-ray player, which sucks. But there's a Blu-ray overseas of this film that has features. Nothing new with Van Damme, but it has old talk shows that Van Damme talked about this movie. I believe it has interviews with the director and Harrison Page. I could be wrong. And I think it has a commentary with them and some other stuff. But the fact that over there it has something and this has nothing. I mean, this is fucking full frame. It's not even widescreen. It's like my tip boxers in widescreen. You have to buy the Blu-ray to get in widescreen. Oh, great. Should have been widescreen in the first place. Now I gotta buy a bare bones Blu-ray just to get a fucking widescreen of this and Kickboxer. That's why I had to do with that fucking Time Cop was full screen for the most part on DVD. But you buy it this way, but you get it this way, it's fucking widescreen. I don't know what the hell the deal is with that full frame shit. So yeah, if I want it on widescreen, I get the Blu-ray, just like my Kickboxer, which I didn't realize till I saw it again. That isn't full frame. I didn't mention in my review though. But yeah, the Blu-ray overseas has features. You just need a region-free Blu-ray player. And the trailer was always weird to me on this one, because the trailer sold it a different movie than we got. What I mean by that is, if you watch the trailer, it tells the story that his brother was murdered, and Van Damme is getting revenge on the murderers of his brother. Because it has Brian Thompson and this girl who are promoters of these fights, and the trailer guy who does the voice goes, they think they could get away with murder. But now Jean-Claude Van Damme is fighting for revenge. And I'm like, no, he's not. Jean-Claude Van Damme is in the Foreign Legion, and he deserts because he finds out that his brother was torched. His brother was torched, burned. By the time he gets there, his brother's dead. And he's fighting to support his family, his brother's family, his brother's wife and kid. He's fighting to support them and make sure they don't go homeless. He's not fighting for revenge. Brian Thompson and the girl, I forget the actress's name, Might have been Deborah Rennard, but I could be wrong, or is it Lisa Pelikan? One of them is the girl, and one of them is his brother's wife. I forget which is which. You can look it up on IMDb. But they had nothing to do with his brother's death. So the trailer was a pretty misleading trailer. Still love the film, though. Has some great fights, plentiful fights. Sheldon Lettich did a great job directing this. He also directed Double Impact and The Order, which are two other Van Damme films I enjoyed. Double Impact I reviewed. The Order I want to review because I like that film. Screenplay by Sheldon Lettich and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Entertaining film. Fun film. Harrison Page is a lot of fun, who becomes Van Damme's buddy. Great fight at the end. Rousing finale with the music. Again, you have fighting in the streets. Unlike Street Fighter, there is fighting in the streets in this movie. Hell, you took Bloodsport and Lionheart, you put them together, you get Street Fighter, and they still fuck it up. But like I said, his brother in America gets torched. Van Damme's terrorist in North Africa in the Foreign Legion, and he wants to... this nice little business where some guys come in with the mail, and they want to get Van Damme, but they're fucking with him. Van Damme grabs him, takes a knife, and jams it right between the guy's legs and picks up his mail. Yep, that's mine. That's for me. And then the guy who runs the Foreign Legion is a complete, utter dickhead. Fuck-face, douchebag, asshole. Because he goes, when you joined, you gave up your family. And Van Damme goes, I never give up my family. Maybe we should put him in the sweat box. He's got fever. He's talking crazy. So when they escort him out, one of them is Billy Blanks, Tybo himself, Billy Blanks, escorting Van Damme. And Van Damme kicks their ass, sweeps their legs, gets something, beats the shit out of this guy, some good choreography, nice little fight. Get to see Van Damme kick the shit out of the Tybo guy, Billy Blanks. Escapes, gets on the boat, has to work its way by getting the coal and put it in the boiler. Comes up, some guy's fucked with him, saying, hey, I know you're a stowaway. You know, what's it gonna be? He goes, it's going to be simple. Steers the shit out of him, jumps out, goes to New York. He wanted to go with LA, but the boat went to New York. Doesn't know where to go. Comes across a street fight where you have Harrison Page. Harrison Page is this type of guy, very fast-talking type of guy, who you tell he had something happen in the past. Just throughout the film, he says, well, you want to be fucked up like me? Maybe he was a fighter in the past. But he's a funny guy, Harrison Page. He did a great job in this flick. I also remember him in this piece of shit movie called Carnosaur, which he died from a dinosaur. But I like this film a lot more than that. But Van Damme gets in a street fight for money. Some nice moves. Gives his nice high knee to the back, and then this nice fuck you knee to the face of this guy. Gets some money from Harrison Page. They split it, and I like the bit of dialogue with Harrison Page. Hey, you're a good fighter, but you're not worth a shit counting. Give me my goddamn money, hey! I think I wrote it down. I want to do justice. Hey, you're a good fighter, but you can't count worth a shit. Hey, you come back, give me my goddamn money, hey! I thought Harrison Page was pretty funny. I thought he did a good job. Very likable. And he's going to help Van Damme. Also, you'll get some money from it. But it's like, okay, you need to get to LA. Let's go see some people like Brian Thompson. Of course, Brian Thompson worked with Van Damme and Sheldon Lettich on The Order. He was the bad guy in The Order. Of course, he's the bad guy in that film. Cobra, one of my favorites. And Van Damme gets in another fight with this guy. And this guy keeps fucking with him. And Van Damme takes him out very quickly. The guy raises his leg. Van Damme grabs it. Just gives him a big kiss my ass punch to the nuts. Guy goes down like a sack of potatoes. And even this guy's talking shit. And Van Damme's like, come on, you and me right now. And Harrison Page's like, no, wait. Yeah. Lionheart, teen of the jungle. And this movie moves at a good pace. It's always an action or a fight scene not too far away. Him and Harrison Page are walking, and there's some thuds. Harrison Page is beating the shit out of one. The leader of the thugs, I know I've seen that guy before, but I don't know where from. The leader of those thugs. His face seems familiar. I know I've seen him before. But Harrison Page is beating the shit out of him, has with his phone nearby, wraps the phone cord around him, and goes, "Hey, you want to use the phone, man?" And before that, Van Damme, kicking ass left and right, kicking this guy in the face. I'm never going to go blow by blow. See it for yourselves. Some fun fights. Finally gets to LA, finds out his brother's dead, goes to see his brother's wife and kid. The kid's very cute, always treats Van Damme very nice, but the wife is a bit of a bitch, blaming Van Damme for shit that wasn't his fault. Tries to give money, she says no, even though they're ready to go out in the poorhouse. But then the female promoter, she has the hots for Van Damme. Harrison Page takes him to this hotel. Van Damme goes to sleep. He wakes up, has no clothes on, and you can tell the female promoter has the hots for Van Damme. And I'm trying to get the order of the film. What happened next? I think amongst this, you have two guys that go after Van Damme, which is kind of like Bloodsport, where you had two guys go after Van Damme. And one of the two guys is actually Tom Poe from Kickboxer. And he was the guy that got his leg broken in Bloodsport. That Chong Li broke the guy's leg in Bloodsport. And then he was the villain Tom Poe in Kickboxer. I think he's the guy who plays I think Mustafa is the character's name. I believe that's the guy who's Tom Poe. Which, facial-wise, not recognizable. They must have put definitely some makeup on him when he was Tom Poe. But, trying to think. Then you get to the fight amongst the cars. It's the Scottish guy, and there's all these cars around, and another nice little fight. Van Damme's getting his ass kicked a little bit in this fight. Van Damme's punching through the windows. He gets slammed onto the windshield. They're both on cars. Van Damme's kicking shit out of this guy. A nice little fight there. And he's doing all this to give money to him. He uses Harrison Page, pretending to be some guy that sends him money so that the woman and kid can still stay there fine and dandy. And you have the fight. It looks like a racquetball room. Could be wrong. Some type of gym racquetball room with this big guy. Almost kind of like a Donald Gibb guy in Bloodsport. Just a big guy. Looks like he's chugging beers all the day. Beard. Just sort of grappling Van Damme. Van Damme kicks him right through the fucking glass. Then you have another one in an empty pool. Again, some nice different location for each of these fights. People betting on it. Street fights in the street, or in the pool, or in the racquetball, or amongst the cars. Kind of like you would have a Street Fighter 2. You have fights, but in different locations. So this is more like the fucking video game than Street Fighter was. Just fighting in the streets. I like Van Damme does this sort of fuck you, elbow, uppercut. Yeah! Right to the sumbitch's face. And amongst this, he gets chased by those two guys chasing him. Little tiny fight. He gets his ribs hurt during it. The woman and the little girl find out that he's been sending the money, and she cools her tits. Getting ready for this big fight with this big. I think my friend Mike described him as Andre the Giant looking motherfucker. I could sort of see the little bit of resemblance. I like Harrison Page going, how you don't find him if you're all fucked up? Diaz in the final fight with Attila, this big guy, and Van Damme's winning, but Attila's the type of guy that toys with his opponents. So Van Damme's winning, getting some good punches and kicks in there, but then Attila's doing it, finds out he has a broken rib, attached that. And you have such a great finale. It's just, anytime I watch it, just get on your stand up and cheer type of moment. Sort of a Rocky moment. just really rousing moment because he's beaten up, and Harrison Page is telling him, the bet's on Attila. Okay, just lay the fuck down. 50-50, we'll split it all the way. 50-50. You know, the whole bet's on Attila. And Van Damme goes, wrong bet. Urgh! Gets up, people are clapping. Lionheart! Boom, 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 boom. And I love that editing. I know some people don't like that editing where someone does a kick and it repeats in different angles. I love it because for moments like these, that gives an impact. If you just hit him once, okay, but the fact, it's like a rhythm to the beat. It's a beat to a song, to a music. The fight's a song. The fight's a piece of music. Those editing is part of the beat. It's part of the rhythm of the music. And that's why I like that old editing style in these older Van Damme movies. I love that stuff. It gives more power, more impact, more flow. Just cool. Kicking the shit out of him with that music. Dun, 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 dun. You, and just kicks his arm, says, fuck your arm, fuck you. And how people do a jab, he's doing that, but with his like, yeah. That's another thing, I've said this before, I miss him, Van Damme, when he does fights. He has that anger. He has that snarl. He yells, yeah. Maybe people told him not to do it because it's cheesy, corny. I love that. It gives anger, personality to the fight, not just stone face. But when he's angry, like, yeah. It's okay, he's pissed off. He's unleashing his fury. I like that. A lot. A lot. Beats the fuck out of him. Brian Thompson says, get him, you bearded motherfucker. Van Damme ain't having that. Brian Thompson trying to tell it to Attila Dunn. Van Damme says, okay, hits Brian Thompson in the face as well. Just kneeing the fuck out of Attila. Punching the shit out of him. Those snap punches. Get over, beating the shit out of him. Leave him be, just a pile of dust. Walks away. Goes to Harrison Page. Just those two guys chasing them. Even they get riled up and they go, yeah, good job, Leon. And Harrison Page going, you got heart, Lionheart. Nice sweet scene between them. I liked their friendship. I thought those two worked well together. You definitely got heart, Lionheart. When they leave, really enough, the lady, the female promoter, tries to leave. If you watch this scene, listen closely. Because a guy goes up to her, and he says a line to the effect of, this guy would like a word with you regarding your unsecured marker. That's Jeff Speakman. And a cameo in this movie. Which I thought was pretty cool. Because I love Jeff Speakman. The Perfect Weapon, Daily Outbreak, Street Night. Films I reviewed on this channel. They're still uploaded. So he had a cameo in this. I know he talked shit about Van Damme. But a lot of people do. And he talked shit about Seagal. Of course, let's be truthful. They were more successful than you, Jeff Speakman. I mean, I love you, Jeff Speakman. But they were more successful than you. So, just saying. But, I forget, it was some podcast, radio show, something like that. Someone told me about it in the comments section, one of the comments. I think the Steven Seagal video I did on the BS cast with my friends Mike and Effrey. But Van Damme goes along, those two guys let him go, he comes back, reunites with the kid and the woman and Harrison Page. Movie ends on a nice note. Satisfying movie, great fight scenes, rousing finale. The score is 50-50. There's some bits of music that I didn't care for. I can't remember specifically what they were, but I like some of the bits. I like do 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 do, and the music at the end I enjoy, and the end credits. But so there's some, I forget which pit. I think the way the movie opens, the music in that I didn't care for. The opening credits of the movie, I didn't care for that piece of music. But there are other bits, especially in the ending and the end credits, I do like that music by John Scott. Overall, entertaining movie, fun film, definitely one of my favorites, definitely be in my top 10 of Jean-Claude Van Damme films. It was fun to watch this again, even though it was in full frame. But it was still nice to watch this again. Wrong bet. Great scene, anytime, any day to watch that. So thanks for watching the Real Street Fighter Lionheart review. Lionheart! Just always love that part. Thanks for watching, take care, and stay tuned for more Jean-Claude Van Damme movie reviews. Later.